name is John Auger. I'm Jaden's uncle, and I was born March 8th, 1961. Well,
Or
when
like
we were
even
kids,
yeah.
you're always doing stuff outside. We did the same thing, the Little League, and, you know, played with the kids in the schoolyard and do all that kind of thing. We're being mischievous and always riding our bikes and getting into trouble. And
How's it different, like safety wise?
well, safety wise, when I was a kid, I had a friend. He had like relatives in Big Bear, and on weekends we would ride up to Big Bear. I'd sit in the back of the pickup truck going up to Big Bear. Today you don't see that because it's too dangerous. But as kids, we were just freewheeling and just having fun. We weren't wearing helmets on it when we were riding our bike and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We got along okay. And we never were in the house because our parents always kicked us out. And we were drinking water out of the hose outside when we were thirsty. They wouldn't let us inside. Stay outside with your friends.
Side and goes.
Now we didn't have video games, and
Mm-hmm.
you might play records or watch TV, but that was about it. That was the thing going on then. Well, 9/11, I was driving to work that day and I heard that a plane had crashed into one of the trade centers. But you're thinking it's just a little Cessna plane or something, and then when I got to work and you turned on the TV, then you see the other, big plane crash into it. So you knew this would have a major impact on the world because this is an attack on the United States.
Mm-hmm.
The only other attack was Pearl Harbor on Hawaii in the 1940s. So this was really a blatant attack. So to see something like that, and then that night when we went to bed, there were no planes flying. They shut it all down, and you only heard the F-16s flying around, protecting.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of eerie. You knew that we were in something bad.
Did it affect your company at all? Like, was
Yeah,
it
it affected everything because people weren't flying commercially. And what happened is the airlines canceled orders, so our customer canceled the orders. So we ended up with a lot of stuff that sat on the shelf for 3-4 years before we could sell it until people started flying again. So I mean,
Wow.
people were afraid to fly after that. I flew in November 2001 to Cleveland, and on the way back there was only like 7-8 people on the plane. And the stewardesses just said, just sit anywhere you want. Well, if you need anything, just come ask us. We'll bring it to you. So, you had your rows of chairs. But, they probably needed the plane in Los Angeles. So, the airlines were losing money. So
Mm.
what happened is they park all their extra airplanes out in the desert and in the boneyard. And they're just sitting out there, not even being in any use. And they cut, flights and all that. So it was a tough
Wow.
time, the last few years.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So, are there any advances in technology that you wish didn't take place, and why?
Which didn't take place. I don't know if you could say anything like that because all advances have helped at some point. And I'm so old now. I've seen some technology come and go.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the phones with the texting and all that kind of stuff because it takes people away from people and they're not socially together. Because you can have somebody sitting in the car and they're texting each other and not talking.
Yeah.
So I think that's where technology kind of. I think
Is there anything?
people are not being
Yeah.
social like they used to.
Is there anything that you liked better, like instead of like maybe CD players or anything like that?
Well, you see it on the age. When I was growing up, it was 45 records. You go to the record store and buy the 45s. And then that kind of died down, and then CDs came into play. So you redid your whole library doing CDs again. And now you're just downloading and putting on your
Mm-hmm.
computer. So you've seen the advance and the change over the years.
Didn't you say that you were a newspaper boy?
Yeah, I used to deliver newspaper, and that's the thing you don't see today.
Yeah, no one does.
I mean, you used to deliver newspapers in the morning, and you would have an afternoon paper back then because news would happen in between. And I was a paper boy, and we would deliver papers in the afternoon, and I'd deliver them in the morning on Saturday and Sunday. But now you don't see that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're going to go see that Newsies Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of a dying breed because you're going to watch that play and you're going to see paper boys and typewriters and stuff like that. People,
Mm-hmm.
don't operate that way anymore. So you're seeing kind of a dying breed. But in the 60s was very tumultuous because when I was a kid, at 7, 8 years old, you had the Vietnam War going on. You had all these assassinations taking place. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of, you know, the hippie movement was going on, Woodstock, and all these things. So as a kid, you know, you didn't know what you were getting into. You thought war was part of life.
Oh,
That was a
wow.
big thing back then.
Wait,